Hi everyone and welcome to today's Tickling Tuesday. In my last Tickling Tuesday post I asked you if there was something you wanted me to do a video on, and Ming asked me to do a video on this spotlight technique, although she knows how it works, but she wanted to have a video on that. So I picked one of my favorite color combos. It's a monochromatic gray with a pop of red. And then I picked the little goat monster from the Stampotique because this is what my focus will be on this time. I printed out some paper with my printer because I wanted to have a gray background and I couldn't find any pattern paper that worked for me, but you can use any pattern paper that you want to use. I cut it slightly smaller than my card base and then I put it onto the front of the card. So this is our background. Then I had a white panel that I cut a little smaller to make it the perfect size for the goat. And then I lined that up on my workspace and used my circle cutter because I wanted to have a nice round edge on the bottom of that panel. You can use anything that is round, but this worked for me. Some people do it by drawing a line by hand and cutting with scissors. I saw Christina Werner do this sometime, but I'm not able to do this, so I do it this way. Then I stamped the goat with my Memento ink because we will do some copy coloring later. And then I cut out two little circles with my silhouette. I did this with my silhouette because I do not have a circle cutter that is able to have that small circles. And then I stamped the portion of the goat where the heart will be on the smaller of the circles. Then I started coloring with my Copics. I used the C9, C7, C5 and C3. Because I want to have this little goat monster in a monochromatic grey look. So just like it was black and white photo of him. So this is what I wanted to achieve. I started with the darkest color like I do always, and I added the shadows first, and then I went in with the lighter color, and then I worked my way up to from the darkest to the lightest color. I wanted to have it like a monochromatic gray because this will be a miss you card with a focus of the heart, So we will be doing the spotlight technique on the heart of this little goat, which will be the pop of red. And I wanted to, to have it like it was saying, "Oh, my world is gray without you." This is what I had in mind. The sentiment was too long, so we will be doing the "I miss you" later. But this was what I had in mind, so I just colored him with all the grays. Also his, I forgot the word. I think, is it possible to say horn? So his horn is the German word. I don't know if this is an English word as well. Then I started coloring the little circle and I remembered, oh well, I forgot the heart. So I picked one tiny heart from the set that I used last week. It's the Happy Easter stamp set from Lawn Fawn, but there are many small hearts out there. I think in nearly every third set there is a tiny heart, so you can use any heart for that. And then I decided to have him not in the same gray colors, but in warm gray, just like he is a gray monster, but like a brownish gray, to have more to make the difference between the gray portion and the colored portion a little bigger. I could have left him in the cool gray colors, but I picked the warm gray colors and I think this makes him stand out a bit more. Then I colored the heart with, I think it's R37 and R27. And then I adhered the tiny circle to the larger circle, but before I did that I colored the edges of the larger circle in the same red color that I used for the heart. So this is our pop of red. This is the only thing in red that will be seen on the card. And then I realized I forgot to color his nose and also the center of his eyes. So I adhered the circles together, and you can see it's just a tiny tiny bit of a difference between the larger and the small circle, just because I want to have kind of a frame around that colored area. Then I used some foam dots to adhere that. I used my foam dots because they are not as thick as my foam squares, but I usually prefer the squares because they work better, but they were too thick for this, so I used the other ones. Then I tried to line it up perfectly. This took some time because I did not want to have my head on camera, and my eyes are not very good, so I had to play around a bit because it was too far away from my eyes. And then I adhered that with some dimensional adhesive to the front of the card. I wanted to use my tape runner first, but then I thought it would look even better if I put it on dimensional adhesive. So I used some foam tape, and then I put that onto the front of the card and just cut off the excess with my scissors. And I already like the card like it looks now, but I wanted to have more shadow around him, so I added some, I think it's C5, C3 and C1, and then I tried to fade it out with the colorless blender. I tried to go in circles because I do not have a brush tip marker, I have the regular markers, so flicking is not the right option for me. I go in circles. Then I picked those basic gray alphabet stickers, and like I did in another video, I didn't like the color too much. It was not the right gray. It was like, yeah, a little bit like a warm gray. Although this is my cooler sticker set. But I used the C3 marker to color all the letters that I would use. So I'm saying "I miss you." Then I lined that up until I liked what I saw. In the beginning I didn't get it centered too well, so I had to play around a bit. And I found out that the tweezers are the best option to add stickers of that size to a card. I did not have tweezers for a very long time, so I did it with my fingers and it worked, but I'm so happy I have those tweezers. They make life so much easier. So I really recommend getting some tweezers. That finished the card for today. I hope you got inspired, your mojo got tickled, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching!